What's going on, guys? This is the Big Puma, aka Be Ready, and what you are watching is going to be a WWE WrestleMania 28 predictions, preview, all that type of video. Now, what I really wanted to do was try to play out each of these matches in WWE 12, and which is what I'd mostly do on my channel, and kind of give you guys highlights and my predictions that way. But I've sincerely apologize due to time constraints. You know, my wife being pregnant, I work all day and go to school all night pretty much. I get home pretty late. Didn't really have time to get everything done the way I wanted it to do, and once again I apologize for that, but we're gonna do it this way. And please please don't disapprove of the video. Once again, guys, I apologize. This is not the way I wanted to do it, but this is how it's going to get done. So, let's jump right in it. There are a couple matches that I'm more interested to see than others, and the way I'm going over these matches is not the way they're going to be on the card. We're not sure, or I'm not sure, I should say, how they're going to be on the card. So, in no particular order, this is how I'm going to go over them. Now, the first match I'm going to go over is the Divas Tag Team match. It seems kind of like a filler match. WrestleMania is going to be 4 hours long, so on top of all the matches and then promos, and I'm sure they'll run like the Rock Cena thing over and over again, and the Triple H and Undertaker vignette, they have to have some kind of filler matches, and this is the match I think they're going to put in to calm the crowd down in between two high-profile matches. Now, the Divas Tag Team match is between Beth Phoenix and Eve, which are both heels. Beth Phoenix being the women's champion, she does the Glam Slam. She's like the most dominating diva since China. And they're taking on Kelly and Maria Menounos. Now, I didn't even know who this person was, Maria Menounos. I'm just going to say Maria because her last name is ridiculous. But she's the host of Extra, and I'm not totally sure what's going on there. I mean, honestly, when a Divas match comes up on Raw or whatever, I fast forward through it. I don't even pay attention to that. But what I think is going to happen, even though Beth Phoenix is pretty dominant and she goes into the rings, I mean, Divas matches don't last very long, 10 minutes, if that, 5 minutes. Being that Maria is a celebrity and not part of the WWE, I have a feeling Kelly and Maria will win. Now, taking that into account, Maria has broken ribs. And she talked about it not too long ago on a few of the wrestling sites, but that can't be good for her, you know, to be getting slammed around like that. And Glam Slammed, you go face first. You're lifted up in the air and go face and body first onto the mat, and that's probably not going to be good for her. I can still see her winning just because of her being a celebrity. Now, the next match I'm covering is Cody Rhodes taking on Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, just about every week we see Cody Rhodes come out with a little video of Big Show's failures at WrestleMania, which he hasn't won a WrestleMania match, but he has won every title that could be won in the WWE minus the Intercontinental Championship. These two have been feuding for a couple months. There's a lot going on. You know, Cody Rhodes eliminated him from the Royal Rumble. He interferes and kind of plays with the mind of Big Show when he was going to after Daniel Bryan for the title and Mark Henry and all that. And it's just been building and building and building. But I think what happens is the Big Show is going to get the win over Cody Rhodes to finally get that WrestleMania win, to win the last title he had to win, because I don't think it's going to be too long before he actually retires in the WWE. And we know, and I say we know, my personal opinion, Big Show is going to get into the Hall of Fame. And this is just one more thing that will help push him over the top to get into the Hall of Fame. I mean, he's been in the game for a long time, since he was the Giant in WCW, and then Paul White when he first came into the WWE, and now the Big Show. he's only got this left, I think. And once he wins it, I think he holds it for quite some time. I mean, he did hold the title, which Daniel Bryan quickly took away with his Money in the Bank briefcase, the heavyweight title, I mean. But since that has gone in a totally different direction, which is another match we'll get to in a little bit, this is all the Big Show is aimed at, and this is all he's really got left, is to win the Intercontinental Championship, pretty much seal his Hall of Fame bid, and then kind of end this feud with Cody Rhodes, and he can move on to someone else. Now, what I was talking about with the Heavyweight Championship going in a different direction is Daniel Bryan taking on Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship that Sheamus earned after winning the Royal Rumble. And it might just be me. I don't really know how most other people feel, but leave comments down in the section below. That way we can get everybody's predictions and things like that. But Daniel Bryan doesn't strike me as the best champion to have. He's boring to me. I mean, I don't like him as the champion. He's a decent wrestler. He's okay to me on the microphone. He just doesn't seem like he should be the champion. And Sheamus, being the first Irish-born champion a while back, I think he takes the win again. They can only push Daniel Bryan so much. I mean, how many times can he win against the Big Show when the Big Show is a good 1.5 feet taller, and he's got to outweigh him by 250 pounds? It's just, I don't know. It's just silly things. I think that is silly. So for that match, there's not a lot I can say about it. I would like Sheamus to win. He did win the Royal Rumble. I think he won the Royal Rumble because Randy Orton kind of went out around that time, and then Jericho was doing this whole thing with CM Punk. So I'm saying Sheamus is going to win. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Sheamus is going to win. Now, talking about Randy Orton, he's come back, he's gone, he's come back, he's gone, and he's been feuding with different people. Now, he was feuding a lot with Wade Barrett, and this went to, they were in the back. He gets tossed down the stairs because he injured his back, and they needed something to explain that. So they had him get tossed down the stairs and send him out for a little bit. And then Wade Barrett was kind of like, I injured Randy Orton, blah, 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 blah. Well, then Randy Orton comes back, and not too long after that, Wade Barrett breaks his arm. The Big Show throws, and I can't remember who he threw over the top rope, onto, I want to say it was Dolph Ziggler, onto Wade Barrett. Barrett hits the floor and kind of the announce table and breaks his arm. So he's out. I mean, what else is there to do? And, I mean, there's really nothing else they could do with Randy Orton. They couldn't just throw him into a title picture because of what's been going on with Sheamus in the Royal Rumble and then Jericho and Punk. So they kind of rushed a feud between him and Kane, where Kane's been going around attacking John Cena to embrace the hate. He went after Zack Ryder, and I guess they chose Kane because it's easy to use him into a feud where it's just brawl and it's just anger and he's a monster and all that stuff, where he can just go in and attack anybody and it doesn't matter who he attacks because he's trying to get people to quote-unquote embrace the hate. So they kind of rushed this feud. Kane choke slammed Randy Orton, said welcome back. Randy Orton the next week come out and RKO'd Kane and said it's good to be back. I'm not totally sure. It's not laid out who's the more dominant, I guess if you want to call that, wrestler. But Kane is getting up there in years, along with the Big Show and Undertaker and things like that. So I think that Randy Orton will get the win. Kane is more of a wrestler to help get people over with the crowd and things like that. So I'm going with Randy Orton on that one. Now the next match, 12-man tag team match between John Laurinaitis, the GM on Raw, and Teddy Long, the GM on SmackDown. They each have their 6 men. And it's kind of like a Survivor Series type thing. The winner of this match will be the GM of both brands. Now, Team Long, Team SmackDown pretty much, is Santino Marella, who is United States Champion, R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, Zack Ryder, The Great Khali, and Booker T. Yeah, I said it. It's Booker T. So they kind of needed someone, I think, to fill in or have someone come in and help out. Then on Team Laurinaitis or Team Raw, there's David Otunga, Mark Henry, The Miz, who had been going on and on and on and on about not having a match, Jack Swagger, and Dolph Ziggler. And it was going to be Christian, but he is still injured from his ankle, and they did like a whole neck thing on Raw. So in his place is Drew McIntyre. Now, looking at these two teams, I don't see a way that Team SmackDown or Team Long can win. Booker T, he's out of the game. He still has it a little bit, but he's not the greatest. He's not in the greatest shape, I guess you could say, as far as wrestling goes. The Great Khali, why he even has a job still, I don't know. He's slow. He's way too big to do anything, and he's not big like Andre the Giant big or the Big Show big. He is abnormally big, and it affects him, I think. I mean, yeah, he slap a guy down, do the head chop thing. I don't think that's gonna work, and I don't think this is an elimination style. So who really knows what's gonna happen with this? I'm going for Team Laurinaitis because of The Miz and Swagger and Ziggler and Mark Henry. Now, that being said, there's no way I think Teddy Long's team can win. Team Laurinaitis will probably end up getting the win and taking over both brands, which they're really using the heat that the WWE Universe is totally against Laurinaitis on everything he does. But I think they're going to use that and make him GM of both brands. That way, it's not, there's not they're going to end this feud. It's just going to be over with. And who knows what's going to happen to Teddy Long. He may be around still managing somebody, Hornswoggle or something. So, that one I'm going with Team Laurinaitis. Now, 3 more matches left. We're going to go with CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. And this is basically to determine who is, quote-unquote, the best in the world. And it's for the WWE Championship on Raw. That stupid spinner belt. I can't stand that belt. I wish they would bring something else back. But with what's been going on, Chris Jericho has recently been attacking CM Punk about his alcoholic father and how his parents weren't married, calling him a bastard and all that stuff. Well, if you know anything about it, CM Punk is straight edge. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't do drugs. He is living life and doing it his way, straight edge. And he's trying not to let Jericho get onto him. I mean, even on Twitter, these guys are going at it. I think, though, CM Punk is still going to win because Jericho is he's got his band Fozzy, which may go on tour soon. Now, they could have Jericho win, and then a couple weeks later, or at the next pay-per-view, I think is Extreme Rules, they could have Punk win it back. Or they could bring Cena back in, because once he's done with The Rock, who knows what he's going to do. So, this is kind of clouded, and a lot of people, I'm sure, want Jericho to win, but at the same time, there's probably just as many people that want CM Punk to win. I'm choosing CM Punk just because of the Fozzy thing, and Jericho may be going on tour, but like I said, they could give Jericho the title for a little bit, say he's the best in the world, have a rematch, and have Punk regain the title. And like I said, please, WWE, bring a different title in. The spinning title is stupid. It was awesome when it first came out. It's dumb now. Nobody wants to see that. Now, this other match, John Cena versus The Rock, is one that I'm really interested to see, but it seems more of like a publicity stunt and just more about getting butts and seats than a feud. I mean, they've been going at it for a year. John Cena went after, or Kane went after John Cena, and then The Rock, and then it's all this mess. Now, it being in Miami could be another huge reason The Rock is coming back. If you don't know, The Rock is more or less from Miami. He played for the Hurricanes, and this is pretty much where his family is. So playing in front of the hometown, I think, is one of the main reasons The Rock came back, and maybe they needed someone for John Cena to face. I mean, with both championships being spoken for, they're not going to send him down to fight for the United States Championship again. This is going to be a decent match. I think they're going to be going at it kind of like Rock Hogan, Rock Austin, two big, giant, iconic names in the game going at each other, and I've got no doubt in my mind. Now, John Cena, I think, is going to win. What I want to see, and I'm sure others want to see, John Cena beating the crap out of The Rock and then turning heel. John Cena turning into a bad guy. Everybody's already booing the man. Rise above hate. He's got shirts and all that stuff. Forget all that. Turn heel. You're not going to lose any fans. And it would turn the universe upside down. It would turn it upside down. If The Rock wins, it's just playing into what everyone already thought. John Cena doesn't change. He still gets as much hate and everything. After the match is over, I'm sure these two men get up, shake hands, hug. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It was all fake. And then John Cena goes on to whatever else. The Rock goes away. He's not to be seen anymore. John Cena moves on to Mark Henry or getting into the title picture with Punk and Jericho. So what I would like to see is John Cena win, but I'm going to have to go with The Rock winning over him just because it's in Miami and The Rock being Mr. Entertainment and all that stuff coming back. Not to mention Rock's got a new movie coming out, G.I. Joe, coming up in the summertime, just to help The Rock get over. I'm picking The Rock to win, but I really want John Cena to win that match. Which brings us on to the last match that we're going to go over. Triple H versus The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. These two guys go at it one more time. And last year they were in Hell in a Cell. Just completely destroyed each other. Undertaker got the win, improving his WrestleMania record to 19-0. And then he, like The Rock, he went away. Who knows where The Undertaker went? He's forever old. He debuted in the WWE and the WWF back then in 1990. I mean, that was 22 years ago. And he wrestled in WCW and a couple other places before that. So, it's about time he retired. I mean, it's got to be. I don't think it's going to be as brutal as it was last year. Undertaker's getting slow. He's getting hurt a lot. Triple H, I think, still has it. But I don't see Triple H taking the win and ending the streak at 19-1. They might do something like that just to kind of play on when the Giants beat the Patriots a couple years ago in the Super Bowl and the Patriots went 19-1. I don't see that happening. I don't want that to happen, and I don't think anybody wants that to happen. They want to see Undertaker go 20-0. I want to see that, and retire. And retire so far as the only undefeated, I think anyways, the only undefeated person at WrestleMania. Big Show is the only winless, or he's got so many losses, and Undertaker's got so many wins. Now, with Shawn Michaels being in there at the same time, the Hell in a Cell, I mean, that could get bad. Hell in a Cell's a big, big structure. There's lots of room on the outside, and who knows if it's going to go to the top of the cage again. Wouldn't it, though? This is pure speculation. I don't know if this is going to happen. I mean, the bell rings. They go to the center of the ring. Shawn Michaels, sweet chin music, Undertaker, and he goes down. Then he kind of plays it off as like, I'm helping Triple H, and boom, he hits Triple H with a sweet chin music. I think that would be awesome. I think that would be a humongous twist. And then, he just kind of sits back. And it doesn't have to happen at the beginning. It could happen throughout the match sometime, close to the end of the match or something like that. I don't think it's going to be as brutal. I'm hoping it is, not to put two guys' lives in danger or anything like that. But I'm thinking Undertaker's going to win. And like John Cena and The Rock, these two guys are going to hug it out, shake hands, raise each other's hands. And Undertaker's going to retire, I think. Triple H probably retire from the ring, not so much the company. I'm not totally sure if Undertaker does anything for the company outside of wrestling, but I don't know. So, guys, those are my predictions. We're going to run over them one more time just real quick. The Divas match, Kelly and Maria Menounos get the win just because of Maria's celebrity status. Randy Orton, Kane, I think Randy Orton's going to win. Kane's got to push him over. He's getting up there in years and not really what he used to be. Cody Rhodes versus the Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship. I think Big Show's going to take that win. It's his last title to win, and he's never won at WrestleMania. This could be what he needs before he retires and helps him get into the Hall of Fame. The 12-man tag match, I think Laurinaitis is going to win just because looking at who he's got and how they're going to play on the Universe's hate for Laurinaitis. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus. I think Sheamus wins because I'm choosing Sheamus to win. I don't really like Daniel Bryan as far as championship. The CM Punk Jericho, I think Punk's going to win, but like I said, Jericho could take the win and then return it back later on. Cena versus The Rock, I'm choosing The Rock, although I'd like to see Cena win and turn heel. And then Hell in a Cell, Undertaker is picking up the win to take on the to continue his streak, 20-0 at WrestleMania, and retire undefeated there. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I know it's been a long video, and once again I apologize for not having actual video of WWE 12 like I wanted to, but like I said, a lot going on right now, and I really didn't have the opportunity to just sit down and do that. So guys, thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe to Yeousch Sports. Come check out my channel. We got baseball, we got WWE, we got Madden over there. Like this video and leave your predictions down in the comments. Once again, thanks for watching. And that's the bottom line, because the Big Puma said so.